let's tease that apart, because there was a lot in there. At the most basic level, it almost sounds like a company has to do this or is required to do this, perhaps at a certain point in their private life. And so is that true? And if so, who said it has? Who is it that says you have to do this 409A?
Yeah, there's a long history to 409A, and right, it starts all the way back to 2000, the early 2000s with Enron and some of the scandals that happened back then. And since then, the IRS has taken a much more direct role in providing guardrails around how companies provide stock compensation to their employees and what qualifies as tax exempt. And so the 409A really sort of is a byproduct of all this. What it is requiring startups to do, which wasn't always so in the past, is to actually have a valuation provide a value for the company's equity versus providing a value you think, what the value, what the equity value is worth. And so really it's kind of moving the responsibility, accountability from the founder, from the startup to a third party valuation, appraiser to determine what that value is. And what that does then is it gives you a benchmark to work with for 12 months. The IRS gives you a safe harbor to issue out options, at that fair market value.
So it sounds like Uncle Sam kind of drove that, and at some point, due to sounds like some not spectacular behavior amongst certain corporations, and so now it's a part of every private company's kind of life. But a moment ago, you mentioned some points that sounds like, even though this comes from a government compliance standpoint, it has some technical aspects about it. You made it sound like it's at least one of the audiences who cares about the outcome of this are the employees, because they're not thinking about the word 409A. So like, what are they receiving that actually gets them excited from this output?
Sure. Arguably, the equity that they're receiving in the startup is the reason why they're working for the company versus working for a public company. And I think most employees, when they are working for startups, are excited at the potential growth, in value of the company, the ability to be at the very beginning of a company's formation and to see it grow and to see it turn into a success. And the 409A valuation, in some ways, is a barometer for how the company is doing. For early stage companies, employees are able to see from the very beginning how the valuation of a company is changing over time, and they're able to participate in the success of that company. And what the valuation can do is really going to create a sense of ownership amongst employees that the work that they're doing has a very tangible impact on how the company is being built and how it's growing.